So some of y'all may know Cenat, popular streamer, popular YouTuber, was recently caught up in a sexual assault allegation levied against one of his friends as a result of a New Year's Eve party. Now, a young woman came out on social media talking about the fact that at Cenat's New Year's Eve party, she was assaulted sexually by one of Cenat's friends. Now, she texted him asking him, what did you find out? Asking him about whether he found out who assaulted her. He responded saying, are you good? She said, not really. I want to know who it was. Can you send me the Instagram of the guy who checked up on me, please? He didn't respond for about 3 more hours. She said, this shit is serious. I'm not trying to be annoying or anything, but I'm legitimately traumatized. I don't care if it's one of your friends and you don't want to throw them under the bus. It doesn't matter to me. He did what he did and he has to pay. She finds a picture of him and sends it to Kai saying that's him. Then she says again, found him in this picture. She leaves another text with like ... Now it came out that Cenat had traveled to the UK while she was texting him, and as a result, he wasn't awake. Now she sent another text saying, gonna be at the hospital all night, so just hit me up whenever you're ready to respond because I'll be up. He responded saying, I'm just waking up. Are you good? She said, doing a grape kit at the hospital. Can you please help me identify this guy that I sent you a picture of because it's him. Please don't tell him anything. Like, don't tell him at the hospital. She then says on her story, for everyone asking why I'm saying he didn't help me identify the person, it's because I sent him pictures of the person and I got no response about it until I found hard evidence they knew each other. And even still, I didn't get a name. His attorney told me the name just yesterday, 3 days after everything happened. I described to him every detail of this person and he told me he didn't know who it was. I don't care, though it's not about Kai. Like I said, this is about, I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name, so I'm not even going to try. She said, I'm sorry to Kai, but this is not, but I'm not the one who created this mess. I'm sorry to have accused him over text of knowing what happened to me, since that's just an assumption on my part, even though I have been shown absolutely no sympathy from his side. I sympathize with him. However, I will never defend a rapist. I don't care if they're my family. She sent him a picture of the guy again, and he said, it's him? She said, yes, that's the guy. Who is that? He didn't respond in time, so she said, whatever, Kai. Cenat responded saying, I'm in a meeting currently. I'm trying to find out now. Hold on. She replied saying, no, it's dead ass him. She sent him even more pictures. She sent him a picture of the guy's Instagram. She said, I found it. And yes, it's him. I'm not slow and I remember. Me and you have a lot of mutuals. They can all vouch for me. I'm not a liar. This type of shit doesn't happen to me. Is that the guy you sent to check in on me? He responded saying, no. The guy I sent to check on you, checked up on you and left. I literally seen it with my own eyes. You opened the door halfway, asked if he was good, then came downstairs. Okay, well, that guy went in after. He said, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't know everyone at the party, so you have to bear with me. She said, you're not in the same boat as me. I just had to take mad medication to make sure he didn't give me any STDs. A man who I don't even know and don't find attractive in the slightest. I've been digging through all your friends' pictures to look for this man. It's taken me an entire day and a half to find him. I had plans in New York for the weekend and had to stop to do this. You could have made the process a whole lot easier, but you didn't help me. That's your friend, and I know I'm not able, and I know that's your friend, and I know I'm not, so you can defend a rapist. I'll handle this. He says, what the F are you talking about? She sends him a picture again of both Kai and the alleged rapist standing next to each other. She says, that's your homie for real, bro. That's why you didn't help me. That's why you didn't go up there. You knew what he was doing. He responds saying, yo, WTF, I'm literally getting info as we speak. Are you effing crazy? I knew what was going on. Jovi, I don't like that at all. All jokes aside, that's not cool. That's effed up. She says, LOL, I'm the crazy one, the victim in the whole situation? Okay. You just sent me pics of the person and now I'm about to get both sides. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know who to look for and now you pull up the pics. If you want me to help you, you can't do shit like this, WTF. So, people's biggest issue with Cenat was his late response to the young lady when she asked him to help her find exactly who this guy was. Furthermore, when she sent him the pictures, he was very hesitant to tell the young woman who the guy was, whether he knew him or not, all of that. And a lot of people were upset. And rightfully so. Cenat, once he started getting into a back and forth conversation with this young lady, should have provided her all the information that she wanted. He shouldn't have hesitated. But the reason why he hesitated to communicate with her was because his legal team told him not to talk to anybody, to text anybody, or communicate with anybody about the situation at hand. So Kai Cenat was very concerned about his own personal situation in regard to this case, and a lot of people are mad about that. I will say this. Kai should have very quickly gotten her the information she needed. He should not have hesitated to give her the information on the other individual. However, I do understand why he was hesitant, but I do believe he should have been very, very quick, and he should have communicated with her. At the end of the day, she's not accusing you. She's accusing someone else. Help her find out who she believes to have assaulted her. I don't think there's anything wrong with people being upset with Kai for that. However, a lot of people were upset with Kai for calling her crazy. If you recall, she accused him of sending the guy up there to assault her. And Kai said, what the fuck are you talking about? That's crazy. You're crazy. Why would you accuse me of that? You're crazy. And people said, you can't call her crazy. You can't say this. You can't say that. At the end of the day, that's a big accusation. She basically accused him of sending someone upstairs to sexually assault her. Literally accused him. Which is also understandable on her part. Because from her perspective, it's like, bro, I've just been violated in the worst way, and I'm asking you for simple information, and you're taking a million years and a day to tell me what happened. Like, what's going on with you? Like, why are you so hesitant to tell me? Are you involved? All in all, one big fucking shit show. And what I've taken away from this situation is to be very, very, very careful at parties. Don't just listen to somebody simply because they're super famous. If you feel tired and you feel like you want to go to sleep, you don't go to sleep in some room because you ask Kai Cenat, yo, Kai, can I sleep in that room? And he says, yeah, sure. And you go to sleep in that room. You're putting yourself in a situation where somebody can hurt you. We tell young women, don't take drinks from people. Pour your own drink. Don't take drinks from people. They can drug you. They can do this. They can do that. Yeah, they can do all of those things to you. But what we don't talk about is going to sleep in a house full of strangers. Someone can get in that bed and assault you. Someone can do that. You're not just all of a sudden protected because you know the person running the party. No. It doesn't work like that at all. And I'm not trying to put blame on the victim here. But we need to be very, very cognizant. And Kai Cenat was wrong for sending someone up there to check on her. When we start talking about women lying around in beds, asleep in parties with people she doesn't know, you don't send someone else up there to check on her. Nor should you allow her to sleep at your place. If anything, you should be sitting there. If you're going to be letting her sleep at your place, you should be clearing out the house. Hey, y'all, look, got somebody sleeping over. They're going to sleep. Got to wrap the party up. Can't have her lying around with random people walking up and down the house. We got to end this. You don't just let somebody go upstairs and sleep without being very, very cognizant of the fact that, hey, there's strangers, people that she doesn't know, or maybe people she does know, walking up and down. Someone could hurt her. Someone could sexually assault her. Responsibility needs to be taken here. That's what I'm learning from this is, number one, don't just sleep anywhere. Someone can hurt you. Number two, if someone asks you, can they sleep upstairs, and you're allowing them to put themselves in that vulnerable situation, there is some responsibility on your end to be very, very, very careful. Extremely careful once you do that. You don't send someone up there to check on her. You don't allow her to just be up there. There's things that have to be, you can't just let that happen. You got to be willing to clear out the crib, or you get her an Uber and send her home. You get somebody who knows her to pick her up since she's tired and sleepy and might not be able to properly do an Uber ride, whatever the case might be. Once you have someone like that who wants to go to sleep and where they're sleeping is out of your line of sight as the responsible party here, you're Kai Cenat. It's very important, extremely important, that you are very, very cognizant and aware of where this person is, what's happening with this person, because they are a vulnerable woman. I'm not saying men can't be sexually assaulted either, but in this particular case, there's got to be some level of awareness at play here. I'm not blaming Kai Cenat for the sexual assault, but I am saying in these situations, it's very, very, very important that you're careful as a man. Furthermore, it's also very, very important that as a man, you watch who you have around you. Watch who you're bringing to these parties. Watch who you're bringing to these events. Don't just bring anybody anywhere, hanging out with anybody, doing anything. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's dangerous. Don't just bring anybody around. Don't just do anything. You got to be very cognizant of the kind of dudes you have hanging around you. Now, most of us don't know whether our homie is a ticking, time bomb for sexual assault. But still, you got to be very careful. And that's why you can't bring your friends anywhere or to everything or whatever. Sometimes these kind of parties, if you're on Kai Cenat's level, you honestly, truthfully, you can't have these kind of parties with your normal homies. You got to be hanging around with Aiden Ross and all of these big time names in the streaming game, and you got to have a party with them. Dudes who, for the most part, can get laid easily. They don't got to sneak into rooms and sexually assault a woman lying down on a bed. You got to be very cognizant of who you're hanging around. If you decide to let somebody sleep in a bed, you got to be cognizant of where they're at, who's in that room, who's checking in on her. If anything, no one should be checking in on her but you. You should probably clear out the crib as well. Once you have vulnerable parties, someone who's asleep, especially a vulnerable female, it's a completely different ball game. So, we'll see where things go with this, but yeah, Kai's got to be very cognizant and very careful with this case. It's understandable as to why he was hesitant to speak about it in public before. But yeah, all in all, it's very important that young women keep in mind that there's more than one threat. It's not like the only threat is, oh, someone dropped something in my drink. Oh, no. No, there's more than just that. There's also, I went to sleep in a bed and a dude walked in and took my clothes off and sexually assaulted me. That's also another threat that young women have to be aware of. And I'm not sitting here putting blame on victims, but I'm asking us to live in reality for a second and make decisions that can stop this from happening. But all in all, hopefully Kai continues to cooperate with her, helps her figure out, who sexually assaulted her and, just sort the whole situation out. So it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.